when you're thinking about the guys that can't get out of the way of being a foreman, do you think that it's because like that's where they've seen the most success and that's where they like internally place the most value on themselves? Like it's a comfort thing, right?
100%. Yeah. I had a conversation with a doctor friend of mine about this a couple months ago, and he goes, that's being in what's called the zone of proximal development. That's a medical term. You can Google it.
What?
The zone of proximal development. He said, people who are consistently advancing their life, they're always in the zone of proximal development. What that is that's a place in life where you need help. You're always in a place where you need help. You're not comfortable. You need coaching. You need mentorship. You need to be in a community of people that are working with you as you roll up your sleeves. Tell everyone, hey, I'm inadequate at what I'm doing here and I need help.
Yeah.
And you're right where you need to be. Okay. But what you're talking about is a situation where someone shows up in the day and goes, I am so good at building houses. Yeah. I am so good at organizing the sub-trades.
Yeah.
But if somebody sees a vision of their life as doing that at scale, like having 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 job sites running at once where that's happening, you have to have people that you're employing who are waking up in the morning and saying that.
Yeah.
And you're saying, I am so good at training this team to run 10 sites at once.
Yeah.
We are so good at communicating our brand message to the marketplace. I'm so good at building a sales division.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the like, and it's
That's the difference.
Yeah. And that's where it's not as much of like the just wake up out of bed and like decided. It comes with action, but it really is. It's like own the identity that you're currently trying to get to. Own the identity that because like effectively it's like you might not be the best at building a division of project managers that are managing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But if you're seeking that mentorship and that advice and you're constantly getting better, that's where you start to like mold into that next identity. Is that getting too fluffy, or is that what you're...
No, and those small successes that you see create more action.
Just compounding.
It just compounds. You wake up in the morning and you say, look, okay, I'm just going to take this step. I'm going to promote this foreman to being a site superintendent and then eventually a project manager. And then you watch it work. 1 year, you're spending 30 hours in the field. I'm just saying probably more, but and then the next year you're spending 50% less time because they're more capable at their job. And when you see that start to work and you start building the blocks, there's 4 buckets though of areas to really focus your energy. And that's what we focus on. So we call it the 4 C's. Good coaching in your life. So you got to have people, like it's like sports. You got to have somebody who knows how to take your existing, like the resources, your capacity, and leverage it to create more skill. Okay, so you got to have good coaching. You got to have a good community around you. Like you got to be in a room with people that are smarter than you. And you also have to be in a room with people that are asking you for advice so you can reframe, whatever paradigm you believe. You got to have good content. Like you have to, a lot of times guys are saying, oh, how do I hold accountability with my team? Well, you know what? That's actually a process for that. And we just copy what we've seen work with other companies who have already done that. Yeah. And then you got to have capital. Coaching, community, content, capital. Capital is a whole nother. What's your relationship with lenders? What's your tax strategy as you build your organization? How do you translate your organization's equity onto a leadership team one day? How do you go and buy an office and do it properly? How do you, like, investors come in and they want to maybe build a spec home with you in a really wealthy part of your city? How do you structure that deal? That's capital.
Yeah.
Which is actually when people are becoming more advanced in business, that's where they get most of their value, is knowing how to do that well, because it can be millions of dollars one way or the other. But yeah, 4 C's: coaching, community, content, and capital.
Love it. Love it. Okay. And that's like, again, this is just to like boil it down. That's where you have to start being intentional. And God, what was the term? Living in the what?
Zone of proximal development.
The zone of proximal development. Knowing,
It's actually a medical term.
dude, I know. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look into the zone of proximal development.